Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
So I was headed into work. It would have been about 4 o'clock in the morning when the accident happened. I was out on Fort Apache, and there's a spot where Fort Apache kind of bottlenecks. And so I was coming around a corner, headlights on, everything like that. It still kind of doesn't quite fit with me how it happened, but I was coming around a curve, and it's a no passing zone, but there was an oncoming vehicle that I guess was in a hurry or something, I don't know. And they tried to pass the vehicle that they were behind and just smack right into me, front end collision. After the accident, I guess she called a friend and just skedaddled. Then she got an attorney, and I guess there was a weird thing with the witnesses. I guess they must not have got the information for the witness or something, because the hit and run officer told us that there was no witnesses. And so basically we had to not pursue the felony hit and run charges. The only way she would come forward is if we went ahead with the misdemeanor. And so it was either go with the misdemeanor or not have my family taken care of. So to my knowledge, she's just getting a couple of tickets and slap on the wrist. She had the minimum coverage, which would be the $25,000 that's state required. And so we're going through hoping that the insurance comes through just enough to cover the bills, really, because being out of work for that long. Luckily there is a temporary disability through the union, but it's barely enough to cover anything, really. But my wife set up a GoFundMe, so that's helped. There's been a lot of outpouring of love and support. I ended up dislocating my right leg from the socket, which fractured that, so we had to have 2 plates installed in my right hip. And then I broke my left wrist, had to have a surgery for that. Put a plate in here. I got this nice little scar underneath all this. And then I broke ribs 3 through 7, or fractured, sorry. And then fractured my sternum and my right clavicle. And then I had this crazy seatbelt mark. Thank goodness I was wearing my seatbelt, though, otherwise I would have went through the windshield. But you could see where the seatbelt was, and I had bruising all across. I ended up bruising my right lung as well. So I should be out of work for somewhere between 3 and 6 months, leaning towards 6. I'm pretty limited with the walker right now. Sometimes it's just a lot easier to get around. I'm mostly wheelchair bound, but I've been slowly moving up to the walker, which is nice. It's easier to get around and keep up with my son, or try to anyway.
Yeah, you have a baby.
Yeah, I have a 13-month-old, beautiful baby. I'm very lucky to have him. But it was due to the whole coronavirus thing. When I was in the hospital, I was in the hospital for, I think it was 5 or 6 days, and then after that I went into the rehabilitation center, and that was about 10 days. And because of the coronavirus, there was no visitors, so I couldn't see my wife or my baby, and that's the longest I've been away from them, since he was born, that was hard, but kept up with lots of messages, try to keep positive. There is that silver lining that I get to be home with my son for a little bit, which is, you got to find the silver lining in everything if you can.